everyone. Sorry to disappoint. So I'm not Gavin, but I thought I would join the call to say hello and also thank you all for inviting Icebreaker One to take part this evening. Sorry not to be there in person, but great to see and learn of many organisations pushing in the same direction. So as described, Gavin's recorded a presentation and it's focused on Perseus. And Perseus is incredibly important to us. It's our flagship project and flagship data infrastructure that enables SMEs to automate assurable sustainability reporting in order to access green finance. And the presentation comes at a great time for us, where we've just learned that one of the first loans will be made using Perseus sustainability data. So we're really excited to have almost completed the loop between kind of better data, better decisions, and the channeling of capital. So I'll be here to answer any questions perhaps afterwards, but for now we'll say hello and pass you back to Gavin's pre-record. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gavin Starks. I'm the founder of Icebreaker One. Icebreaker One is a non-profit working at the intersection of finance, net zero, and data. The data needed for environmental reporting and impact today is really complex, hard to find, hard to use. It's expensive to do well. It's wildly inconsistent between the methodologies and how they're applied in organizations. Therefore, that leads to a bit of a crisis on trust, and that's becoming a liability for organizations. Further, it doesn't scale to everybody, and it's quite insecure. There's both commercial and national security implications of a lot of this data sharing, and it's open to exploitation. What we really need is financial grade information from the real economy. And at the moment, it's all over the place, and it's mostly in closed ecosystems. We also know that investing in data ecosystems can yield huge returns in economic benefit, as this UN and World Bank report shows, and over half the world's data is unused, it's dark, and bringing it into the light and making it useful represents enormous value. So what do we do at Icebreaker One? Well, rather than build a huge database, we connect organizations to unlock trusted data flows that can deliver net zero impact. That's connecting assurable, real economy data with the financial economy so that decision makers can trust their investments to deliver our net zero future. I'm going to give one example for today. Our flagship program is to unlock access to green finance by automating sustainability reporting for every SME business. To do that, we've convened over a dozen trade associations, including the Institute of Directors, the Institute of Chartered Accountants, trade associations for the banks, the energy sector, the Federation of Small Business, underneath the Net Zero Banking Alliance umbrella. And that means we've also got the OECD and International Chambers of Commerce as observers to this process. So that helps us go far together. Here's an initiative that we can bring a lot of different organizations under the one approach. That approach has been amplified by the commercial members. We've brought together over 9 financial services providers as the banks and lenders, the carbon accounting providers, including Sage, Intuit, and Xero, the energy data providers who've got the raw information here, and a rapidly growing ecosystem of partners and sponsors. What we're doing in the first instance is to bring together people to ask what they really need from a lending perspective. That's led us to focus on doing one thing well. That one thing is to get electricity smart meter data at 30-minute resolution with its carbon intensity at the time and place of use through the entire value chain into the carbon accounting applications, and from there the derivative information with the same harmonized calculations into the banks and lenders. So the role of Icebreaker here is to run the collaborative process, the icebreaking, to operate what we call a trust framework, which manages the rules of the game so that everybody's working on a level playing field and that we can enable an open market. We've got over 70 commercial members. We're running 3 national scale programs, of which Perseus is one. We're turning over £2 million a year. Our advisory board has got very deep experience across the financial sector, climate, policy, and data. including Celeste Connors, who was Director for the Environment and Climate Change at the National Security Council at the White House, through to Irene Graham, who's CEO of the Scale Up Institute in the UK, and John Elkington, the World Authority on Corporate Responsibility and Sustainable Capitalism. We seek £2 million to help us scale. We've got proven programs such as Perseus that we want to grow. We're running parallel initiatives across energy, water, and digital supply chains, and we want to scale internationally. We've been approached by many countries around the world. We want to balance private sector interests with the public interest. This is critical as our data infrastructure that underpins all of this data sharing scales so that everybody can be involved. And we want to be open, and that means making the governance process open, making the licenses open and transparent, and the outcome we want to see are open markets for data sharing. So to summarize, Icebreaker One is a UK headquartered data sharing organization. We're helping the commercial sector get access to real economy data so they can accelerate on the race to zero and help us all move forward to our net zero goals. Thank you for your time today. Please email me at gavin@ib1.org. Thank you very much.